Hi, so I'd like to talk briefly about your final project or your project, it's your only project, just to ensure that you start thinking about this very early on. Again, it's a 6-week course, and this needs to be developed during the 5th week and presented during the 6th week. I'm going to be looking back and forth at a few documents here while I explain this, and at least one of these documents is posted on the Moodle site, so you can look at it as well. It's called the SEMP, S-E-M-P, the System Engineering Management Plan. So that's the project. So the project is to develop a system engineering management plan. If you jump ahead into your textbook through into the 6th chapter on page 271, there's a small section on the Systems Engineering Management Plan. And a couple pages later, on page 274, there's essentially an outline, a 12-point document on what a System Engineering Management Plan should contain. Your plan, as you design it, should address these 12 points, and if it addresses all of these 12 points adequately, then then you're doing well. It's possible that some of these will not be applicable to your project, to your plan, in which case you should probably address why not, rather than just leave them off. The last thing you want to do is not think it's applicable, but then when you're giving your presentation and I ask you something about it, we determine that you just missed it. So you want to think hardly about, think strongly about what your system is going to be and how you're going to address these plans. But if you look at that document first, that might give you some ideas about what kind of system you want to work for. So the first question is, what's going to be a systems engineering or a system engineering project that could have a management plan? And really, the sky's the limit on this. There's so many, almost anything could be considered a system when you start to look at a concept through the development of this concept to the development of a prototype, to the development of an actual system, or to a product, something that then has some sort of useful life. There's some evaluation going through and feedback, and then ultimately a disposal of the project. And it runs from a simple manufacturing system to a major transportation system, and there's many examples, of course, in the textbook. I've decided that for me, as my example, that I thought would be different enough, and yet something that each of you would have some buy-in. My example is going to be of what a system would be for when you ask me questions, I will refer to this as an example. It's going to be this master's degree program. I was very involved in the development of this master's degree program. I set the committee. I handpicked the team. I got approval from the president to address it. I assessed the need for a master's degree program at Cal Maritime. Assembled the team. We set goals and objectives. We started to look at all of the issues that were involved in that, from personnel issues, from what the product was, who the buyer was going to be, who was interested in it, to who's going to supply the service itself. That would be the faculty members that are involved, to things like the IT issues, the costing issues, the infrastructure issues, and ultimately through approval processes through the Chancellor's Office, through our accreditation agency, and then as we teach each course, we sort of evaluate them and evolve it. This system will evolve. And so I'll try to use again the master's degree concept as a system, because I think it addresses many of the aspects of what the systems engineering plan would be, and it's something that obviously I have experience with because I've helped design this program itself. And so what you would do is you would look at your company. What have you worked on lately? What are you looking at working on? What is there going on that that is some kind of system that you would be familiar enough with and interested enough with that you might be able to either help develop or help improve or help evaluate. However, whatever sort of bangs your shutters, floats your boat, whatever the expression is that you want to use, that you think you can get excited about. Because if you can't get excited about it, it's going to be a lot tougher. But I think you'll all be able to do that. As I did mention in the write-up, for this, it's a team project, and again, there's 6 of you in the class. I'd like to see 2 of you on the project. That would be 3 projects overall. If you decide for various reasons that you want to have two teams of 3, and you can coordinate that effort, then just let me know, and we'll go from there. If you decide that for some reason you want to work by yourself, it's not quite a team, but if there's a legitimate reason why you'd rather work by yourself, and that could be something like you're working on something that's a little too private, that you don't want too many other people getting involved with, be aware that you do have to you will show this to the rest of the class. So any proprietary issues you want to be cautious about. Or, for example, only you are excited about that particular project and you're not excited about anybody else's project. Well, then, we'll talk and we'll see whether or not a one-person team can do that. You will be held to the same standards that the 2-person teams are held to. So I'm imagining we're going to have 2 to 3 projects that we'll be talking about during the or presenting during the 5th week. Again, the earlier you can get your team, the earlier you can figure out what your system is, the earlier you can start working on this project, the better off you're going to be, because you'll be able to think about that system for every chapter that you read and answer the project question toward your particular system. And I think that it's to your advantage to be able to start doing this early on. During the 5th week of the course, this will be the time to finalize your project. You'll be finalizing your project. You'll be working on your presentation. You can talk to me about how if you're having any struggles, how you can address certain things, how you can answer certain questions. I'd be happy to help you through that project during the 5th week. During the 6th week, early on, probably Monday, hopefully Monday of the 6th week and Tuesday at the latest, we'll make an appointment for 30-minute presentation that you'll present this project to me live through some sort of Skype, as I mentioned, process, GoToMeeting, whatever you happen to be comfortable with, and that we can work out so that I can actually see the presentation. You need to be thinking that you're presenting this to upper management, because upper management is often very busy and very time constraints. We're going to set a start time and and an end time. Have 5, 6, 7 minutes for questions, and that's it. And so you want to be able to sell your project to me, that plan to me, in about 5 minutes, in about a 30-minute, exactly a 30-minute time schedule. There will be several deliverables for this plan. The first one is the oral presentation, and the second one is the written presentation. The written presentation should be easily electronically transported to me. Should make a lot of sense. It should be clear. It should be concise. It should have a nice outline, nice format, and well written. You will be graded on the written presentation as far as grammar and structure is concerned, paragraph structure, etc. You will be graded on your oral presentation. Are you prepared? Are you using any kind of technology appropriately? Did we start on time, end on time? All of these kinds of things are going to be looked at as far as the grading of the presentation is concerned. And then, of course, content, and that's going to be the big chunk of it. Have you addressed all of the issues of that systems engineering plan? and there'll be posted rubrics for the grading of these projects, both written and oral. As I mentioned, I would like a taped or videoed, or however you want to call it, of the presentation that can be posted online so your classmates can see it. We will have opportunity to review each other's presentations, both written and oral, and have some chats about that as well, so we can gain valuable insight as to how everybody's doing, and what kinds of projects they are, and more people can appreciate the work that you've put into the program. So that's it. That's it in a nutshell. It is again, online will be posted the a written documentation about this. The textbook talks quite a bit about the System Engineering Management Plan. And the grading rubrics will be posted well in advance, so you know what the kinds of things I'll be looking for. Please feel free to ask questions about this anytime. This is sort of the gut of the meat of the course, and it'll be your one big takeaway from the course. Is you'll have this plan as a document, and hopefully you can use it in your professional life early on. And it's once I know a little bit more about who you are, what your business is, what you do, which I hope you'll share with me early on in the course, I'll be able to help you predict or help you determine what kind of a system you should be looking at. Thanks very much, and again, looking forward to it.